Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Idaho Esports, and today we've got another Super Smash Bros. Stream, first time in a minute.
It
I'm
has.
Spirit, joined today by ZG Fenrir.
And I'm very excited about our match today. It has been a hot minute, like you said, since the last time we have seen Smash. We've had a couple forfeits, I think our buy round will be next week. So, I mean, it's just been a hot minute since we've seen stream Smash. So I'm very excited to see the gameplay again.
Me too. It should be nice to get it back and going. We had the only Smash stream we have does happen to be Idaho's only loss in Smash Bros. We are currently at 3-1, maybe 4-1, or 4-1.
I
believe week 5.
I believe we have 2 losses because our first 2 weeks were losses, and then everything since has been wins.
Oh,
so we are
okay.
currently No, it's week 5. We are currently 2-2.
Okay.
Is what our record is currently. So we're gonna see if we end up going positive or negative again today.
Yeah, I can make or break it. We've got few weeks left of regular competition before we roll into playoffs here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe there are 7 weeks in total throughout the ECAC season, and this is week 5. So this will be 3 total more weeks of Smash gameplay. Next week, again, there will have a bye, so we won't see anything next week. But we should see there week 7, though.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to see that.
Me too. We're also coming off a pretty hot weekend here in Moscow, Idaho. Had our huge Vandal Gaming Convention.
Oh, man, let me tell you, that was a ton of fun, especially seeing all the up-and-coming high school students play the Super Smash Bros. Stuff. I know that you were helping commentate with that. Was there anything that you were like, oh, wow, these players are doing something that I really am really impressed by for their skill level?
For them, a lot of them had really good combos and were able to kind of stay on control of what they wanted to do. You could definitely tell there's a bit of an experience gap between the high school age students and our collegiate level students right here because they've had more years to practice playing the game and get comfortable with their characters. But I think the future's bright for this game. And despite the game being 8 years old, it still has a healthy fan base. I mean, Melee's been around since the 90s, and
it's true.
That still gets played just as much as Ultimate.
It is indeed. I mean, Nintendo, I don't think is ever going to let the Smash franchise die. No. Not with how popular and how well it's been treating them. So there's a long career ahead of the game. So, but speaking of long careers, I mean, you can see that our players here are getting prepped and ready for a career of their own tonight. We'll see how it is that they're playing. We got all of varsity in. I believe that JV is not in today. We have 2 of our players ended up getting sick.
Oh,
so I believe they will have to take a forfeit tonight, unfortunately. But what can you do? What can you do?
Now, I'm not seeing Chubby Bubbers here currently. Are we going to have X-Mystery Muggsy fill in today?
He might have to. I know that Game Captain had called Chubby Bubbers and was like, yo, get over here at some point. So I'm unsure if he is just now waking up or if he was already almost on his way. So we'll have to see if he makes it here in time for Game 1 or not.
I guess we will. Still a few minutes left till to get it locked in and ready.
Yeah, they're getting all warmed up. Playing a Mario, losing to a Mario, unlucky Game Captain. You'd think he'd do better if his brother is playing Mario all the time, but what can you do?
Yeah. My little brother played a lot of King DDD, and that is actually my best matchup for any character I play just because I'm so used to playing against it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about today. I mean, have you done any significant research into our opponents of Penn State today or no?
I was trying to. The YouTube page I found hadn't really been updated since last season.
Okay.
And the website kind of crashed my phone when I looked at it on ECAC.
Shouts out ECAC.
So yeah, that was pretty fun. But I believe it's about the same record that we are right now. It should be a pretty even matchup. And I know the players they're ready for the competition. They're ready for the challenge today. They're not going in with 100% I'm going to win mentality. They're going in with we're going to play this smart and we're going to do what we can do and we're going to do our best at it.
Okay. Yeah, I know that for the first 2 weeks at the very least where we took both of our losses, they were having some pretty rough counterpick character matchups that they were running into. They did play, fun fact, a Min-Min on each school out for all 3 weeks that they have played so far. So we are curious to see if they're going to have a Min-Min for the 4th week in a row. Odds, yes or no, do you think?
I'm going to go, you know what? That's already 3/4 of a majority. Let's make it 4 out of 4.
Let's make it 4 for 4. Oh, baby. Keeping that 100% pick rate there going. I personally think it's very rare to even see Min-Mins played, so I'm actually surprised we even hit 3. So I'll take the no. I'll take the under on this one.
We had our star Min-Min player Shiny Shoes last semester. Probably could have helped pave the way for Min-Min players to kind of bring it out and see what can be done with it. And we don't have Shiny Shoes on our roster anymore, so we can't really match the Min-Min mirror.
It's true.
But we might have a few workworkarounds with it because of all the scrimming and labbing they could have done against them.
It's true. Fichu was just telling me, he's like, yeah, this is probably karma for us having a Min-Min on our team for the last 2 or 3 semesters that we've had him on the team for. So they're getting the work input in for him.
Yeah, and that makes sense. What goes around comes around at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's true. We'll have to see what the character selection for the Vandals is going to look like. I mean, we have our traditional all first characters, no generally secondaries. However, because of the 2 losses at the beginning of the week, especially to the characters that are zoners, is what our Vandals have been struggling with a lot recently. I'm curious to see if they are going to pull out their secondaries that they have been working on. Fichu has been working on his Pikachu I don't really think he's been working on his Game & Watch. It's been almost exclusively Pikachu for the last little bit. And then Game Captain has been working on a Steve that he is thinking about pulling out here soon. I don't know if he'll end up doing it today, but that is his counter pick character. He's like, I was originally going to main Steen, and then Daytrix, one of the Sound Poet coaches, actually was like, yeah, no, we're going to ban that character. So he didn't get to play him.
Fair enough. I mean, that would be pretty crazy considering who Game Captain normally likes to play. Very opposite sides of the tier board. I'd love to see it busted out, though. I mean, our Vandals have been pretty locked in with their characters consistently this season and have not had a lot of opportunities to swap. Besides the very last game that they played last season in their 3rd place match, they did bust out the secondaries that time around.
Yeah, they were just having fun playing the game as they wanted it to. So I thought you were going to bring up the very last player on the varsity team who has exclusively gone a different character every single time that he's been put in, being Director Spock.
That is true. He does like to swap it up.
Yes.
With normally that K. Rool comes out and does some pretty crazy things. We saw him hit some pretty nasty spikes when he was streamed a few weeks ago.
Yes.
But never underestimate that Yoshi or anything else he keeps in his back pocket and likes to surprise us with.
Yeah, he surprised me last week when he said, yeah, I pulled out Zelda last week and I got a game. I won that game. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's a very long time since I've seen him pull his Zelda out. So
yeah.
I'm very curious to see who he's going to play today. He was telling me, he was like, yeah, I want to try and play a different character for every single set just for the fun of it, just to see how many characters in I can go. Before I'm like, oh, I have to go back to somebody else. So I
respect that as long as you're not throwing.
Yeah.
When you get the time into practice and you make sure you're locked in, you always keeping your opponent on your toes is a great thing too, because you can VOD and look over all your opponent's matchups. And if you just bust out something completely new, that could give you a whole new mental boost.
It is true indeed. It looks like we are able to join the lobby, which is good. We were having some lobby issues last week.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. Gotta love the Nintendo network code. You also got to love the Smash Bros. Connection and input lag. It's a completely different game playing online versus next to your friend.
It is true. I was actually, I'm sure that you saw in the broadcast room earlier, but I was playing some Mario earlier online just because Mario and Wii Fit Trainer were the 2 last characters we have yet to unlock Elite Smash for on the setup that Game Captain here is sitting on. Wii Fit got her in 1 game. It wasn't that difficult. 3-stock Donkey Kong, so that was easy. But the Mario, I was sitting there for maybe like an hour just trying to grind out some Mario combos, and I just could not get higher than a 50% win rate with the character. And I'm chalking it up to some of the online. I do think my Mario is a little better offline, but also my Mario is kind of trash. So,
I respect that. I've never even hit Elite Smash, so kudos to you for just picking up those random 2 characters you don't really play too much and getting them up there for us.
It's fair. It's fair. I mean, I believe Shiny Shoes was the one that did most of the work on this account. I myself have them all on my own personal account as well. So, I mean, once you just get bored enough, you're like, all right, I'm just going to try and get everybody.
Yeah.
Or if you're really funny, I've seen some people who will do like, they'll write words inside with the character portraits because it highlights your character. But we're going to have to talk about that a little bit later because I believe we're going to go ahead and get into game number 1 here against Penn State.
Oh my gosh, is that Peter Griffin going up against Little Mac?
Indeed it is. We've stuck with our tried and true Little Mac start. And honestly, these 2 characters are fairly similar in terms of like combo game as well as how hard they can hit you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, both characters who want to run in, punch you as hard as they can, get you off the stage. And even sometimes with me Brawler, a little bit of grappling too, depending on what moveset you like to run.
It's true indeed. And one of the things that I don't know if you have to reveal which moveset of the Mii that you have when you go into this game. So we're going to have to find out for ourselves here in a second. We see that we have the drop kick as the side B as well as the axe kick for the up B, which is a little bit more unique than normal because it would give him a much better recovery than his kill up B does.
That's true. You can probably get some nice kill potential, though, and even a little bit of a sneaky drop down on your opponent. They don't see it coming. Oh, and Game Captain with the first stock of the set off the side B.
Yeah, that side B is so good at catching ledge options. It'll cover pretty much everything except for just regular hang. So very good patience coming in with Game Captain. We do see the shot put coming out, so now we're just waiting on the last down B option from whatever Penn State is going to do, but doesn't matter. Shot put, taking a stock of their own.
Even just right back up at 2 apiece here in match number 1. Game Captain going for the double dash attack to get the opponent off stage, who's going to fly right back up. Goes for the drop kick and does get him off.
That is the whole moveset of the Mii now that we have, and the only real peculiar move is going to be that the uppy with the axe kick instead of the thrust upper that they don't get. So
I like seeing the diversity of options. We saw some meat brawler this weekend at VGC, and we saw a crazy meat gunner a few weeks ago.
yes.
Oh, and the tilt is connects for one more stock in favor of Game Captain.
Yeah, those smash attacks are just so incredibly strong, especially on Little Mac with utilizing that heavy super armor that they've got. And I mean, there's a reason that you don't want Little Mac sitting right next to you. This is so much damage that he's racking up already for the side of Idaho here.
Yeah, this up tilt is lethal right now.
Ooh, scary spot. Does not get the up B, but the DI out on the down tilt side B is going to result in their stock loss.
Well done from Game Captain, only dropping one stock that game and able to kind of cleanly pick up those first 3 off of Penn State.
It's true indeed. And honestly, I think that his recovery on his first stock was even a little bit lazy. He should have been able to be like, the shot put is coming, and it's very reactable. So I think with a little bit of a better recovery, he could have held onto his stock a little longer. But, I mean, what can you do? Sometimes you just lose a stock.
It happens. He did try to go for the counter the first time around.
Yeah.
And then his opponent predicted the shot put, didn't land it, and then so I think it just kind of got in his head, wasn't able to counter it, and he dropped it there. Yeah. We'll be going into game 2 here shortly. Game Captain still holding in strong.
That is not a zoner that the Idaho has run into. Like we were saying earlier, the first 2 weeks it was pretty much all zoners, and then the last 2 weeks it's been like back and forth on some zoners, some not zoners, and they've been able to kind of finagle their way through those matchups. So again, I'm curious to see what kind of characters we're going to see coming out from Penn State. I believe we've played them in Smash before. I don't recognize the Peter Griffin off the top of my head. But I'm sure that we've played them. We for sure have played them in the ECAC season already.
Oh, absolutely. Even if it's not in Smash Bros, another game has definitely played against them, and got to keep it rolling.
We do got to keep it rolling indeed.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are also partially a coach for this Smash Bros team?
I am the unofficial official coach for the Smash team currently, yes. Oh, a banjo. Wow, okay. So this is, in fact, a zoner and on FD. Okay, so we're going to have to see how Game Captain is going to handle the zoning abilities, especially with these eggs.
Yeah, how he's going to react to that side B. Both of these characters have very, very lethal side options that they can come in for.
True. This so far, this banjo is actually doing a lot of aggressive running in and options, whereas they're not really doing a whole lot of zoning. That's the first projectile we've seen. They're starting to figure it out a little bit now, but those tilts on banjo are actually surprisingly good. You wouldn't think that they are just based on how short they are, but they are incredibly fast and incredibly lagless, actually.
That makes a lot of sense. Easy way to poke out some nice big damage. It has paid off because Game Captain's already up to 85. Does have KO punch it. It does not connect. But that up smash will.
That up smash will. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get weak hit down tilt. You might as well just anti-air them anyway.
Game Captain looking to go ahead and not lose his advantage and momentum as he gets side B off the stage. Able to land right back in the center. Duck it and weave in, looking for the next strike.
Yeah, that was a much better recovery as well. Able to go super duper low. Get around those eggs.
A lot of patience coming from both these players right now, not wanting to quite close the distance on one another. Wait for the other to do so. Playing a little bit of footsies, dancing around, popping the shields, taking it slow.
I really like these down tilts and up tilts that Game Captain is going for. He's really, really trying to outspace his opponent with these tilts because his tilts are also surprisingly fast and safe, much like that forward tilt, which will take the stock there. The real tricky part, though, is trying to maintain the stage control when a lot of the time it's pretty safe to be rolling around the stage, especially in online mode. But you can't roll if you're off stage.
No, you cannot. Unable to land the recovery in time as Game Captain goes, taking 6 stocks of his own down to his final one.
That is true. I don't know what happened to the Banjo's jump there. I believe that I thought he had a jump still, so I'm surprised that he didn't use it first or jump after his up B. He might just not have known about his second double jump that he had, but whatever. We take those if you're a Vandal fan.
Yeah,
so.
It worked out well for him. See how many more stocks he can take as he's down to his final life.
Yeah, it's true. This is honestly, even for a first game, this is, as much as it's good that the Vandals are winning, it's also very good information that is skewing into information game in favor of the Vandals, right? Because now they know 2 of the characters that Penn State has, and they're about to learn a 3rd, right? And so unless you're about to, sub one of your 4 players in for a 5th one that you may or may not have, having this information early is good because we can keep a lot of the Vandals characters in our pockets, assuming that they don't watch the streams, which you should if you don't already.
That's true. Drop a sub. It's free.
It is free indeed. So
yeah, it'll allow them to, like, let's say game captain and one more player, whoever comes in next, cleans the setup. There's two more characters that Penn State doesn't even know we have.
It's true.
And we also can then get favored matchups off of it and make sure we counterpick. So, well, what a pretty dominant start for Idaho.
Yeah, this is more the classic Idaho that we've seen the last 2 weeks for how well that they've been playing. So sounds like we're going to go ahead and get into game number 3 here, see who the final or the third character is, which is a Ridley. Okay. Ridley is not a traditionally like a zoner character. They just have really, really big hitboxes, and so that they can kind of space you out a little bit more. So it's like a pseudo zoner, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Ridley's a pretty hard hitter and got some great grabs too. But game captain with the crazy start, already racking up to 76%. Make that 96. Looking to go ahead and get his opponent off stage. Does get caught in the side B, but counters with one of his own.
Holy cow. It is a 50-50 on the match, whether or not you think that they're going to jab you or try and read your option. And game captain's like, no, I'll just jab you and then get the F smash to just get the KO anyway.
Trying to keep the momentum in his favor with the quick early first stock taken down. That's 7 stocks for game captain here in round 1. Has the KO punch, looking to get it off the up tilt, and what a great dodge from Spades.
Yeah, he's been really trying to scout those air dodges from his double down tilts that he's hitting, because he's hitting the inside hitbox, which means that he can't actually go for the true confirm off of his down tilt, so he has to go for a read. He has not hit one yet. Yeah, your Spades here, you want to really try and preserve your life now, and that is going to definitely be a dead little Mac, which is good for Penn State now. They have officially taken down the first player of Idaho.
With their final 5 stocks remaining.
Yeah, I do like the Ridley pick. That is one thing that Ridley does really excel at, is those edge guards. Not only can he like stay at the ledge and ledge trap you fairly well with things like his forward tilt and just holding space with his nair, but he also can go off stage because he has multiple jumps, and his nair is really big, so there's not a whole lot that Little Mac can do. So
that's true. It's a very well-rounded character, one of your big men of the game. And it's fun seeing characters like that we don't see too often around here.
It's true. It's true. You don't see Ridley very often offline, especially just because he's so light. It makes it very difficult for him to play against the better characters in the game, because they just kind of explode him very fast, especially for how big he is too.
Yeah, and we definitely did see that on that first stock there in that matchup. So makes sense. I respect you for playing whoever you want to play. That's the beauty of this game. You do not need to follow any tiers if you don't want to.
Honestly, that's the beauty of Ultimate, I'd say. People give this game a lot of flack for it being like somewhat weird and clunky in the way it controls sometimes. But honestly, as far as game balance goes, I think they did a phenomenal job making sure that everybody at least feels like they can win.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really hard to do with all the characters that they do have. So don't listen to a tier. Don't listen to what your friends are saying. You play who you want to play.
You play who you want. You play who you want. You play who you're winning with.
Yep, that's what matters most.
So, speaking of winning, I heard a little birdie told me about who our next character is that we're going to see on the side of the Vandals.
I think I might have heard that too.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This Chubby Bubbers has been playing a relatively brand new Luigi that he has been working on. He used to be a Mario main and decided to switch to the younger brother just for a little bit. Just to see what he's kind of like, and he's kind of stuck with him for the last month and a half or so that he's been playing him.
That's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, like, especially characters that are kind of similar to each other have always been associated with each other, like peanut butter and jelly. Might as well see what they can do.
Yeah. So what Chubby Bubbers here wants is he wants to try and get a grab so he can start the 0 to death, which he almost was able to pull off there. It'll be a little bit easier because of how big Ridley is, in fact. But I am worried for him because, again, Ridley has really, really excellent ledge trapping and ledge guarding tools that will let him take advantage of that.
It looks like Chubby Bubbers does too, not letting his opponent get back on the stage at all and keeping the aggression going. So many grabs coming out from Luigi here. Let's make it a little forward air too while we're at it.
I honestly think that the plunger's air is incredibly a little bit stronger as a projectile than it is as a grab almost, right? Obviously, the grab will let you sort of death somebody really easily. However, I mean, the plunger just lets you do so much damage, and an F smash is able to capitalize off that damage with an easy kill.
Yeah, very well executed from Chubby Bubbers. Spades looking to find some spacing of his own and try to ledge guard Chubby Bubbers a little bit. Does connect with that side grab.
Oh my word, that was very close to getting F smash there. Unfortunately, with the back throw, I don't think that was the direction he really wanted to send Luigi, but I mean, he made it work out here. He does have the center stage control now.
Connecting off the dash attacks, following it up with the fireball, and make it one more fair for good measures.
Oh, he bonks! No! I was a little worried that he was going to go too deep with his side B there. that is going to be 3 more stocks for the Vandals in total. They've got Penn State down to 3 remaining.
And Idaho still has 9.
Mm-hmm.
See if Chubby Bubbers can close the setup here on his own and then take us right into round 2.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and recap who we've seen so far. So we've seen a Ridley, we've seen a Mii Brawler, and we have seen...
Banjo and Kazooie.
Banjo and Kazooie. Okay, so we have actually really good diverse roster from Penn State. You've got your character who's the rushdown, who can do a lot of combos and do big damage. You've got like a true zoner who can keep you far away and chip you down with projectiles, and then you have like a mid-range swordy character-esque in the Ridley. So that's actually a very good roster spread. As far as the characters they've got go.
What would you like to see for a 4th to kind of fully round it out?
Somebody at a higher tier.
Fair enough. Hey, maybe we'll get our Min.
Maybe we'll get the Min finally. That might be what they wrap it up with here in the next little bit. Yeah. So far the other 3 characters have been like surfaceable. We were talking about earlier how you can play every character and have them do well. It does really help if you do have a top tier that you can pull out of your back pocket though. So having a top tier character like that, which maybe we'll see. A lot of the times you traditionally will pick your best player to be your anchor for your team. So this theoretically could potentially be their best player one way or another. So we'll go ahead and have to see what it is they're going to pull out.
Yeah, absolutely. And even regardless, Penn State and Idaho can both go into this next matchup wanting to change things around. Mm-hmm. And with their very well-rounded roster, they can totally try and counter what they've seen so far. Maybe stick the rush down against Little Mac or even try to get the zoning in the Banjo against him to start the rounds off. There's a lot that we can see here as we jump into potentially our game point matchup.
Oh, it's going to be a K-Rule. Okay, so it will be one more zoner. Not very high on the tier list, but I mean, that's okay. K-Rule has a very, very good zoning capability, both with the blunderbuss as well as the crown.
Like we're seeing right here, Chubby Bubber's trying to close space, but has gotten hit with 2 crowns already. Looking for the 3rd, and it connects onto the drop kick as well.
Yeah, the other thing that makes K-Rule especially scary is how well he can utilize his little belly armor that he's got.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to see how Idaho is able to adapt. Do keep in mind that we do have our very own K-Rule on the roster in Director Spock. So they should have some matchup experience with K-Rule as far as how their characters play into each other.
That is true. That's the beauty of having like all these different scrims and labs and tournaments you can go to is you learn so many more matchups in practical settings instead of just playing against a bot.
It's true indeed. It's true indeed. I mean, fairly even percentages all so far coming from both sides, both from Penn State and from Idaho. Our K-Rule hero has been doing an excellent job at, scrapping with the Luigi, which is a very difficult task to do, mind you.
It is. Been able to take real advantage of those projectiles there as it gets stuck in the side of the stage. Chubby Bubbers is finding all the right ways to close the gap, gets taken off stage. Oh, and the up air is going to secure this first stock.
Yeah, that's a really tricky little matchup check that you can do there. Same with that Nair and Tornado, however. That is in itself a matchup check as well.
That was beautifully executed, evening this game right back up. 2 stocks apiece, final 2 for Penn State.
0 to death opportunity there for Chubby Bubbers. Is not able to hit it. Has opted to just maintain his stage control here. Wow, what a forward air find. That would have never been gone for a forward in that scenario.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's true. There's that super armor coming into the useful for the K-Rule. And I guess I didn't talk about this, but Cyclone on Luigi also has invincibility. So if he wants to pseudo try and replicate that belly armor out of a combo, he kind of can with his Cyclone ability.
That would be pretty fun to see. Try to match it up.
Mm-hmm.
Thrown off stage. Oh, the cannonball and drop kick off stage.
Sir.
What a stock take from Spades.
Great reaction from Spades there to be like, oh, hey, he clanked into the cannonball there. Even if he doesn't get hit by it, I can still go out and get a free forward air because he's not going anywhere now. So he is down to 144%. That armor doing a lot of work for him.
It's a dangerous fight with K-Rule off stage because a big man should not be able to recover like that, but he does it anyways. Got him up to 176%. Sitting real high, goes for the off stage spike, but it does not connect.
Yeah, I'm a little worried for Chubby Bubbers here. Back throw should kill here for sure. I lied. Oh. He's so thick, guys. He's living to 200% now. It doesn't matter. Back gets back aired, whatever. I was about to say I was a little worried for Chubby Bubbers just because he's not really holding center stage. He was really antsy to try and get that kill, but in the end decides that, yes, I'm going to hold center and just back air safely and gets the kill for it.
Yeah, the aggression totally played off in that last stock here, but this has been the most even matchup of this game so far. Stock for stock, percentage for percentage. These players are at each other's throats.
Keep in mind, this is the game stock for Penn State here, and he almost gets a upbeat there for his troubles.
Oh, what a spike coming in from K-Rool.
Gotta love that if you're a Penn State fan. Just goes to show. That is a kind of a hard spike to hit as well. You have to time it such that the Luigi doesn't have opportunity to act out of his side B, but if you do it too early, you are going to get hit by it. So that was very well timed by our K-Rool hero here.
That was really cool to see. But Idaho is going to have to reveal their third card up their sleeve right now. They weren't able to take it fully right here. Penn State's still holding on their final stock by a thread, and it's game point up until we see a loss now.
Who would you send in if you were Idaho, do you think? You've got 3 options you can pick from here.
I think you send in Director Spock.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you send him in with the Ditto, or are you going to send him in to try and play a brand new character, do you think?
I think you run the Ditto right here.
Okay. I'm very down. Just kind of see how each other stacks with one another, so.
For sure. And then you kind of you save the ace for another day if it's necessary. Right now, you just kind of get a little bit more play style on one another because if they got a K-Roll, we got a K-Roll. It just works like that.
Yeah. I would almost argue that this would be a pretty good spot to throw in X-Mystery Muggsy as well. Get him a little bit of game time against some of the other opponents that we've got. But, I mean, where it looks like you called it right on the nose, we are going to, in fact, see the K-Rool Ditto from Director Spock.
3-2-1, Idaho down to their 6 stocks, Penn State on their final one.
We're going to have to see how this matchup goes here. The Penn State Spades, K-Rool does have 1 stock. However, they are a much more aggressive K-Rool than Director Spock is. Director Spock is willing to just kind of sit there, utilize his heavy super armor, and throw the crowns through the blunderbusses. And, I mean, you can already see that they're both thinking about zoning.
Director Spock with the early offstage grab. Following it up. Oh, but the crown was thrown just in time to knock him out of it.
I was so worried for Spades there. He had the opportunity to get himself spiked with the K-Rool back here, but I mean, whatever. It's not that big a deal. You're going to be fine. I like the stomp attempts coming in from Penn State as well. That is a pretty hard stomp to hit, but K-Rool's downer is very disjointed as well. So he could potentially hit it.
Yeah, it was a good way to get a little ledge guarding in. Director Spock tried to go for the back air spike. Was unable to but this time he does!
Oh my gosh! I was afraid he did that way too early, but it doesn't matter because Penn State ran right under him for it.
The frame gods were in his favor today, and Idaho is going to take game 1 with 6 stocks remaining in their back pocket.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that would have had to have been like one of the last frames possible to get hit by that spike hitbox of that.
I'm amazed. Well done, Idaho. Congratulations on your round 1 victory, but it's not over till that bell rings.
No, it's not. And I mean, we did reveal 3 of our characters, so Penn State does have the opportunity to be like, okay, we know 3 of the 4. That gives us pretty good odds as to who we want to try and send in first, right? I am curious. The biggest wall I think that they're going to have to run into here is going to be the Little Mac, right? They both did fairly well against the Luigi. And then, I mean, in this Ditto here, you're just barely able to get the spike like that. So very well played from Idaho. But yeah, that Little Mac took so many stocks right up the get-go from them. So I'm curious to see how they're going to try and stall out the Little Mac in this next game.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Idaho's going to go ahead and run the same strategy and keep what they did last round. Same order, same everything. Because like once they got that momentum rolling, there was no stopping it.
Yeah, and I mean, sending in Game Captain first has traditionally been the Vandals' go-to round start, even last semester. So he has been very comfortable being the lead pick for the Vandals here. So
that makes sense. And hey, he does a great job at cleaning it up and at least scouting worst case scenario too.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what we're doing next. I can hear them picking stages and stuff. I haven't heard a character quite yet, so we'll see. He's about to do so now, actually. Who's he going to be?
Oh
my goodness.
Okay, that's a surprise.
Okay, you guys didn't hear it, but we have an interesting selection. It will not be Game Captain going first, but it will, in fact, be Director Spock. However, I think we're going to pull it up here in just a little second. There we go. Match start.
We were kind of hitting at this earlier, and look what happened.
Against the Piranha Plants of all things even. Wow, okay. Yeah, Director Spock has come in with his King Dedede. Both of these were blind picks, by the way. Neither team knew that this is what they were going to go into for this game. So this will be a brand new, fresh start to game number 2.
I love to see it. We have 80 characters in this game for a reason. Might as well take advantage of as many of them as we can. We are back here in round 2. Scores reset. And we're going to keep it going. But Director Spock is taking a quick early lead. Trying to look for the zoning. Try to combo that spike ball, especially with off the inhale too. And Piranha Plant has just not been able to close the distance.
Oh,
in
my
the early swap off the belly flop.
The late dash attack is so annoying to have to deal with. You cannot catch yourself lacking on the ledge like that. So that is very early stock here for Director Spock. I mean, his Gordo is doing a lot of work and getting a lot of this damage. You can really tell that he's really trying to zone out this Piranha Plant. Like, what can you do? There's not really a whole lot of options that Piranha Plant can do to get in other than, like, maybe a dash attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big boy with a lot of big moves. Oh, he eating his own projectile and sending it back to him.
It looks just like a Patui, just no eyes. Or, excuse me, a Gordo, just no eyes. Yeah, Spock has already kind of lapped Penn State here in percentages. I like that they're willing to use the Poison Mist. The Poison Mist is quite strong on Piranha Plant. However, I don't think they're using it in quite the right spots. Usually you want to use it and sort of like try and trap your opponent where they're standing, whereas Penn State's kind of just been throwing it out in the middle of the stage where Spock can kind of just walk around wherever he needs to without really feeling threatened.
Oh! And that up tilt's going to go ahead and put Idaho in a 2-stock lead.
Yes, sir. In the inhale, too, can he recover from this? He should be able to, but he ends up angling it wrong. No! He was worried about bonking his head yet again. Didn't know that you could pretty much ride the stage going straight up there. 3-stock coming in from Idaho to start us out.
What a great start for this round 2 for Idaho. I am so stoked to see all these brand new characters. I love seeing a Piranha Plant come out, too. I thought that was one of the most fun additions that they added to this game. Such a goofy character. Might as well play it more often.
That's true. I think his inclusion in the game was even goofier, too, where they're like, yeah, we're going to include Piranha Plant in this game. He's just not done yet, so we're going to give it like a month and then give it to everybody for free for the first year.
Yeah.
Because we want him in the game. We just didn't quite have him finished. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, we're always getting that new Mario rep. Everyone wanted Waluigi, and then Sakurai pulled the ultimate bait and twist on us and was like, no, you get a Piranha Plant.
Well, no more human characters. We are trying to diversify our roster here.
Give us Toad in Smash 6.
Would you want him? They put him in this game.
Well, yeah, but he's just a part of Peach's movement. I want Toad.
You want Toad?
Even Captain Toad, like any version of just Toad.
Okay.
He would be so fresh. That's like I only ever played him in Mario Kart. That's the GOAT.
Okay. I was wondering what you would even use for Toad's moves, just because he doesn't really have much. Like I could see using the go-kart as a side B, obviously, right?
I would love that.
And then maybe using Captain Toad for some of the moves, but like other than that, he doesn't really have any other representations other than he's just the fastest runner canonically in the Mario universe. So
shout out him. Maybe you can make him like play like Squirtle a little bit, small, fast, and hit hard. Or hit hard and not hard, but soft and quick.
Okay. I guess you could. I don't know. Have you seen the Super Mario Brothers show that aired way back in the 80s or 90s? I don't remember.
The animated one? Or yes.
I believe in that show, Toad has a move where he can like take off his mushroom hat and then it acts as a parachute is what that's for, if I remember right. So that could be like his up B and then he gets a little parachute.
That would be amazing. That's so cursed though. Bald Toad is
it's so cursed. Look it up if you guys want to feel a little bit silly.
Yeah.
That I've suppressed memories about that show.
Yeah, me too.
It's very, very silly.
Do you remember the live action one?
Oh, yeah. I would always skip forward through it because I'm like, I don't understand what's happening because I wasn't an adult back then, so I didn't understand like any of the adult jokes that were going on in there. But looks like we're going to get some different jokes instead. We're going to bring back our King Dedede, and it's Peter Griffin yet again.
He's back, and he's ready for it.
Yeah, the like semi-zoning character of Piranha Plant was not matching the true zoning of King Dedede in this scenario, so we're going to have to see if the rushdown can work here. I don't know if we're just testing some buttons here, but I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be an actual match. It doesn't seem like a button check to me, so I think they are just going into it.
Yeah, just kind of playing real patiently, trying to dance around each other and look for the opening.
I don't think that, because we're using the same Mii, I don't think any of the moves have changed, unless they have multiple copies of this Peter Griffin Mii, which would be very silly. But I'm pretty sure that they are going to be the same moves as last time. Yeah, now that X kick will for sure confirm it.
It looks like it. And if you're running Mii Brawler, might as well run that shot put. We haven't seen it yet, but it's most likely going to be there. Oh, what a connection.
Yeah, that was a great axe kick spike. I wouldn't go for the suicide there, unfortunately. You're just a little bit too high percent for that to work. But it does a lot of damage, surprising me amount for how little you see axe kick come out. Wow.
Hey, and it's working real well for this ledge guarding right here.
It's especially good because you can do your up Bs out of shield. And so you can kind of just hold shield, wait for a get-up attack or a neutral, just get up just to see what they're doing, and then the axe kick will cover pretty much all the options except the roll. So it's quite good in that regard as well. But an inhaled Gordo is also going to be quite strong.
Yeah, he was doing a good job at bouncing those Gordos right back to Spock, but he was able to time it just right that time around and send Peter to the clam.
Okay. I've never seen an actual episode of Family Guy before. I've only ever seen the YouTube shorts. So
okay.
It took me a second to register what the clam was. I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Kind of like an unfortunate SD in that regard.
He spent a little bit too much time at the clam.
Drink number one. Yeah. I mean, so far, Spock is on track to take 6 total stocks without losing a single one of his own. We'll have to see. And then he gets the inhale again in the air dodge. He thought he was going to have to tech. You don't have to tech an inhale in that scenario, though. You would never be put in a situation where you have to tech out of a command grab. It is only if you have actual knockback that you get applied to you before you have to tech a stage.
That makes sense. And what a fantastic way to end both those games back-to-back, putting on a little bit of a show and doing some fancy air movements.
It is true. It is true. You know, we've had a couple 12 stocks in our day from each of our players where they've taken all the stocks from the opposing schools. I believe that Game Captain has done it, and I think Fichu has not done so yet because he just doesn't get to play very often because he's the anchor. And I believe Chubby Bubbers and Shiny Shoes have all taken 12 stocks before. So Spock currently is on the way to potentially taking 6 stocks, halfway there.
Hey, that would be pretty cool to see. Add another one under the belt. Why not? That's an awesome statistic to have and a little bit of fun bragging rights that not many people can say they can do.
I think it's especially the only reason I even bring it up is just because he hasn't lost a stock yet. That is what makes it so much more doable in my head, is just that you have been going into these matches with all 3 of your stocks. If you were down 2, maybe even 1 stock, it'd be like, oh, it's a lot harder.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So I guess we just got word that we're going to see a rematch of Director Spock on the DDD against Penn State's Meat Brawler because Meat Brawler had the wrong control scheme for their controller.
I see. Okay. I'm very curious about, I guess the Vandals let this go through because normally in like regular tournament experience, because they didn't say anything at the beginning and like go SD and be like, oh, I'm on the wrong control scheme, I'm sorry. They just played it out, which was a little bit strange. Normally, if you play it out, you're just like, whatever, I'm going to rock it. So in this case, the Vandals, I think, are choosing not to, enforce that rule. They're just going to go ahead and give them back their 3 stocks. So
I respect the gentleman's agreement on that. I'm someone who plays with custom controls too, so I do understand what it's like to lose that.
Yeah, I mean, other than just not really using a whole lot of aerials that last game, it didn't seem like the game plan was too different from Penn State in that regard. So we'll have to see. They are using a lot more tilts and such this game, so.
Yeah, I might have a little bit of different combo movements. Oh, almost connected off the Poro again. Poro. Oh, that's League of Legends.
Wow.
Goro. Apologies.
I would love me. We honestly, other than like the fact that DDD doesn't have a door, we could just put a Poro and Braum over the top of DDD here, and I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would love that. I would only play DDD if that was the case.
The inhale is the only thing where I'm like, I don't know how you would make that canon.
Oh, and another SD coming in from Penn State. I think you can make it work because Braum's Q in League is he kind of shoots a projectile out.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, I guess we could go ahead and make it work. So, speaking of making it work, though, I mean, Spock currently doesn't say, hey, it doesn't matter what your control scheme is, correct, right or wrong. I am playing pretty hot right now. Almost gets inhaled yet again.
Pretty crazy if we see another offstage inhale. Yes. We saw 2 already.
Yeah, the potential 12 stock coming in from Spock here now is going to be a little bit more difficult just because he has racked up a lot more % on this second stock than he did in the last game. So, but his zoning has been immaculate so far. He's doing a very good job of mixing up his Gordo timings as well as when he's choosing to walk in with like a forward tilt or a forward air.
He's also learned to not throw him when he's getting drop kick towards because those projectiles just kept coming right back towards him. Went for the offstage inhale again, no connection. Great reset from Peter Griffin here. Able to throw Spock offstage. Oh, and the clash of the projectiles.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage coming in from this Spock here. I would not be surprised if he did lose a stock in this scenario. I'm surprised that dropkick has been losing to Gordo. The first time they interacted with each other, the dropkick actually ended up winning and sending the Gordo back, whereas every other time so far, he's traded with the Gordo, which he doesn't want.
It's what Spock wants, but
yes,
does not quite see what Penn State wants. The grab is going to rack him up to 165 off stage. Looking to clear this little bit of distance here to get him back up. Director Spock going for the up airs. None are connecting.
He picked that up off the ground. Wow, I did not know that you could inhale the shot put like that so late.
I didn't either, and it saved him, and he shoots one more Gordo back his way and secures the second stock of this matchup.
Oh my gosh, this is so much damage. Spock is doing such a good job at like playing super duper slow. The pace that at which the Spock has been playing compared to like Chubby Bubbers and Game Captain has been so dramatically slower compared to the other two players that I think they're having a hard time dealing with it.
Someone must have grown up reading The Tortoise and the Hare. Slow and steady can win the race in the end, and that's our strategy today.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of unfortunate hits into the Gordo from the side of Penn State as well. I mean, you've taken up practically like almost, I'm going to say like 250% just from Gordos alone in all three of your stocks combined.
That does what it seems so. He not really been able to find a way to dance around, but that's what he was looking for, getting the drop kick, sending right back, following it up with the shot put, sending Director Spock soaring away as he reaches 160%. And the spike is going to confirm Director Spock's first stock.
All right, so they did better than the last game. They took a stock this time. We'll have to see if they're able to get a second one here. They are at very high percentages. They're not quite hitting any of the meat brawler combos that they're wanting to, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get a stock here or not. It's going to be rather difficult, especially with right around this percent, things like forward tilt, down tilt, and even just random smash attacks are also going to really start killing here in the next little bit.
Yeah, that roll is sending him far, far away.
Oh, and again, the late dash attack at the ledge. You think that you have enough invincibility to get through it, but you cannot. It just lingers for too long.
And that belly flop will secure it. The armor was in his favor that time around.
It was indeed. I mean, they got a stock this time, so that is a much better result if you're Penn State. However, it is only one stock. So you got to be kind of sweating in your boots now that you're down half of your roster officially this time.
Yeah, and Idaho's only down, like you just said, one stock. Seeing Spock hit those inhale eliminations like that to secure it reminded me of when my little cousin first discovered what Smash Bros. Was, and he asked me if I played it. I told him no.
Okay.
I was lying.
You were classic. All right, I like this.
And so he got 3 stock back to back to back to back, and I just ended up picking Yoshi and would just shoot him off the stage with the neutral B. That was probably the most fun I've ever had playing that game in my life.
And you just sit there and do it over and over again.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, Sisyphus rolling up the rolling up the stone. He's like, surely I will hit the Yoshi this time. No, it never happened. It never happened.
It's like a canon event for the older brother, the older cousin, to make sure everyone knows their place when it comes to challenge you in Smash Bros.
Any video game in general, honestly. If I'm going to get challenged by any of my younger siblings, I'm going to try and put them in their place.
Yeah.
At the very best that I can. Sometimes that doesn't work out. They just sometimes will play different games than I do. But generally, as the oldest, like, you have to sit them down and be like, no, my job.
Remember who taught you
Exactly.
everything you know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I remember you pulled up a stat at the Vandal Gaming Convention on Saturday about some of the ages of these kids that were playing. Do you want to restate that for our viewers at home for me?
Yeah, this was a pretty crazy realization. So, me and Fenrir here were probably about 8 years old, between 6 and 8 years old when Brawl came out. And the kids currently playing Ultimate now for high school esports were that same age when Ultimate came out.
It was an insane stat line that I dreaded thinking about when you brought it up. And I'm like, wow, I am so much older than I think I am now.
Yeah, I feel that.
That also means that we've been playing Smash for a long, long time, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that that we're sitting at like our 10+ year anniversary of playing this game. You can inhale that? What?
I guess so.
I guess it's a projectile, but that's so funny. I would not think about that.
I am loving seeing some Sephiroth get busted out today. One of the most fun characters in the DLC editions, I think. And honestly, the character, like, playing him is what got me to play Final Fantasy VII for the first time.
Really? That's awesome, actually. Not as awesome as that forward smash coming in from this Sephiroth. Able to take yet another stock off of Director Spock here. So, I mean, already doing a very phenomenal pick in this regard. So, I mean, using that really, really long Masamune, I believe is what the name of the sword is called, where it is just incredibly long and you have so much space to use. I mean, doing excellent work so far for the side of Penn State. Oh, yes, we have not been looking at the chat. We just pulled it up here now. But, I mean, another quick 3-stock, or 2-stock, excuse me, in terms of this Sephiroth. Look at him go. So nice, looking with the fire behind him.
It's the coolest ending screen in the game.
I think I have to agree. A lot of people would say, like, you know, Joker's from Persona 5 is also really, really good. And I agree. I think there's a lot of love put into it. But, man, Sephiroth just is so much aura behind it, I think.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, what did absolutely insane game for Penn State. They're picking up 2 stocks without dropping a single one of their own. They're not ready to go down without a fight. It's now 6-9 right now in favor of Idaho.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a good start. But again, it's like we were saying earlier, what are they going to do about the Little Mac? And I think my question just got answered based off of that character sound we just heard.
I think so too.
This will be very interesting. I don't think we've ever officially seen this get played in ECAC yet.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so this will be the first time that we have seen this character coming out from this player. So we did tease it a little bit earlier today. We said it was a possibility of it coming out. So in this matchup especially, this is actually one of Sephiroth is one of this character's worst matchups, actually.
Oh.
It was the top 2 worst matchups for this character. At least as far as like a year ago goes. It might have changed a little bit, but I believe that this matchup is going to be a little bit bad for our good hero Steve Enderman, in this case, actually, from Game Captain.
Yeah, this will be fun to see a very controversial figure in the game of Smash Bros. And kind of what you were just talking about, it's crazy how this game has been out and hasn't even had balance updates in forever, and there's still new things that are being discovered about matchups.
Yeah, that's true indeed. I mean, I remember when Steve was like really asked for back in the Smash 4 days, whenever he was like, we want Steve from Minecraft, please, we need to have him in, and then he's finally added back into the game for Smash Ultimate.
It's a beautiful story. I mean, Minecraft is arguably the most popular video game of all time and deserves its spot in this roster.
It's true indeed. And I mean, you can already tell that he's putting in the good work, showing that he deserves to be on the roster with how much damage he's put onto our Sephiroth here. Already having his wing ability active. Does he get the diamond? He does choose to use diamond this stock. Usually the average is that you get about 0.75 diamonds per stock you take for the most part, is around what the numbers for that say. So the fact that he's willing to spend one now makes him think, oh yeah, I can get 3 diamonds for all 3 of my stocks here.
Yeah, it takes a lot of confidence to go ahead and pull it right on out. It is so crazy actually getting to see this character be played for once. Trying to keep his distance. Oh, maybe he used the diamond too early. Nope, still able to keep it alive. Tries to go down with the anvil, but gets caught with that forward air from Sephiroth, taking another stock off of Idaho.
I almost think he would have lived. I barely saw an air dodge start coming out right at the end of his movement there, but Minecart's going to answer it right back. 0 apiece. Even though it's 0 apiece, you do have to realize that Steve does have material to be using. He no longer has his gold, but that was what he was able to get back to stage with the minecart speed.
That makes sense. Trying to clear distance, keep on mining, but the relentless attacks from Sephiroth are not allowing him. Oh, and that up tilt connects. I believe that was an up smash.
One way or another, it doesn't matter. I was a little bit worried for that side B that would almost kill him off the top, but there was only one. I cannot believe that traded. Steve is a crazy character.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I thought that was totally going in Sephiroth's favor. Able to get the stock, go ahead and building up to diamond once again. As he flies across the stage.
Yeah, and if you're game captain in this scenario, you want to really try and preserve your life, just because not only did you just get the diamond yet again, but also you are at high enough percent that a lot of things from Sephiroth are going to kill. Aerith kill is not... Oh my god. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to spoil anything, but that down air is going to not quite take it yet. I said her name wrong anyway, so it's fine.
I already know what happens. It's okay.
It's okay. Nobody's going to play the game anyway, so... But, I mean, it is going to do the work in order to get the Steve kill here. Spade's going to have a little bit of a rough time trying to get this kill with 86%, but that wing is going to help him a lot. Counter doing so much damage.
Yeah, we're here on our final stocks. Both players bring big damage to one another.
Smash?
Catches him in the minecart. Oh, the up smash connects, and the magma block secures the game.
Dude, he barely drifted back in. I think he was drifting into the right after he popped out of the minecart because he wanted to get a punish on the magma cube when he saw he wasn't getting hit. And so he's like, oh, I can drift back into it. It's going to be gone by that time. Nah, man, that thing lasts so long.
Yeah. The frames have been in Idaho's favor all night tonight. I don't know if it's dumb luck or perfect execution, but either way, it's working for him.
We'll chalk it up to a little bit of both, and we're going to go ahead and go into our 4th character, I believe, for Penn State. This is their last chance in order to stay in this ECAC bracket, continuing. I believe you said that they were also 2-2, if I'm not mistaken. So one of these teams is going to have to go home in the negative win streak, and one of them is going to go home in the positive. So
it all comes down to this. Idaho still has 8 stocks, or maybe 7 stocks under the belt.
Yes,
Game Captain lost 2, so 7 stocks under the belt. and it's now or nothing for Penn State.
That's true. That we do know, however, that the Little Mac is not going to come out, so they don't have to worry about that fast-paced aggression that was coming out from in Game 1. We do know that there is the Luigi that is still on the table, and then I don't think they know about the Fichu's character at the very end here. So
yeah, it doesn't seem so. See what Game Captain can do here against a Joker.
Oh, okay. This is the kind of tier-less character that I was hoping that Penn State would be able to pull out earlier. And I mean, Joker, while being a very solid character and being very consistent, does mean that consistency will net you like losses of stocks over time, if that makes sense. Like, Joker is an excellent character at winning a game. However, winning a series where you lose your stocks over time makes it a lot harder for him to play well. So he has to really be outplaying our Vandals here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Joker's got everything in the kit that you can need. Just see if they're able to capitalize off of it. And seems to like a pretty good start for Joker so far, getting up to 45% here on Game Captain.
I also like this pick, thinking even future past the Steve here as well, thinking, oh, I'm probably going to have to play Luigi. Joker does quite well into Luigi as well. So I really, really like this pick from Penn State, being like, yeah, now's the time that we want to send this out.
Makes sense. Got to hold it up here.
Speaking of sending it out, we have Arsene on the board now.
Deflect the anvil.
It is time for the funny man to do the funny things. Yeah, Game Captain has not had the opportunity to really mine for materials. He's pretty far away from diamond still, so he just kind of has to fight this Joker raw. And not having a pickaxe anymore is going to make this especially difficult.
Yeah, trying to find a place to get back to the crafting table. The minecart is not going to do much there to help him.
There's a great counter coming in from the Joker here. He did not get the tools in that scenario. He was barely knocked out. Oh, he did get the tools. Man, Arsene is already back.
That's just crazy how fast those good Jokers can charge it up. Oh, and he takes the set, putting Idaho down to their final 6 while still holding on to all 3 of his own.
Okay, this is best case scenario so far for you if you're Penn State here. And especially if Idaho does decide to send in Chubby Bubbers with their Luigi, then yeah, you have a pretty favorable matchup going into this this next game here, which means that realistically you have 1, maybe 2 stocks to go into our potential last player that we could send in.
That's true. But also, who's to say it's going to be a Luigi? We already did see Idaho bust out DDD and Enderman, so...
It is true. I am curious, because Chubby Bubbers doesn't necessarily have a quote-unquote secondary, just because he's been playing both characters for so long. He has both the Mario and the Luigi that he's played, so I consider them more of a dual main than anything. But I mean, that's just... So I'd be curious if he pulled out a third character that he's like, oh, this is a different character that I just happen to also play or not. So we'll have to see.
It would be a lot of fun to see no matter what, but it sounds like our next game is just about locked in and ready.
Yeah, I actually really like this counter pick coming in from the side of Idaho as well. I think they also realize that, hey, sending in a potential Mario brother into the Joker is not going to be that favorable matchup for us. We don't really want it to go to the last player if we don't have to. So we're going to end up seeing the Kazuya Mishima finally make its face known.
Fichu getting some playtime today.
Yes, sir. We have not gone FD, which good stuff on Penn State for banning FD in that scenario. But I mean, small battlefield, kind of just as good for Kazuya in my mind, if you don't mind the black hole there, which I know Fichu himself does not.
Nope, doesn't seem so. Still able to land those electrocutes and get the opponent right where he wants him.
Yeah, this matchup, I would argue, is probably 50-50, all things considered. Joker does quite well into Kazuya, all things considered. Especially when you get the use case of Arsene in a lot of these scenarios. You can start really bullying Kazuya. But, I mean, Fichu does have this matchup experience under his belt, so he knows how to avoid Arsene fairly well, I'd say.
That's true. This is the battle of the DLC charge-ups right here. Oh, what
doesn't matter, though.
Penn State.
That is the kind of read that you got to go for when you're down in a scenario like that. I love that confidence coming in from Penn State.
Fichu looking to send Joker flying up again on his own.
Yeah, that up out of shield is going to catch that forward air, and that's actually pretty good for Idaho. You don't really want Joker to have more than 1 Arsene in a stock if you can afford it. Even though that is... I said that Steve generally gets about like 0.75 diamonds per stock. I would argue that you actually get Arsene maybe like 1.25 times the stock.
I think you're right.
Because you are like guaranteed to have one by the time you hit like 90% for sure. And then if you're using your counter correctly, you can have anywhere from 2 to 3, honestly. So. However, Penn State so far just going to show, hey, I actually don't super need Arsene in this scenario. I mean, I have my... Oh! Yeah, that'll be maybe a dead Joker? It is a dead Joker. Fichu knows the percents and knows them well.
The uppercut into the slam paid off perfectly. Tried to follow up with that last connection there, but dropped the combo.
Has a scenario yet again, and that is going to be a dead Joker again. That crouching down electric punch is super duper good at catching rolls because it will auto turn around based on the timing at which they roll, and so it's very, very difficult to escape a scenario like that. And I mean, Fichu just shows why he has a master class of a character that he's worked on. So
absolutely, what a great set for Idaho today, doing everything they could to keep the dictation of this game in their favor, and they ended that set with 5 stocks still under their belt.
Yeah, they did. So, I mean, Penn State did a good job at, bringing the comeback at the end there. They did play a lot better that second game than they did the first one. So that there were improvements to be made throughout that set. So, well done, Penn State. I think it was a very good set. It was relatively close enough to be a good show from both schools. So, I mean, I had a good time.
I did too. And I think both teams can go away with a lot of things that they can learn from these games and bring it into the future.
Yeah. It's true. But speaking of bringing us into the future, I know that we have an interview with both Chubby Bubbers as well as Game Captain coming up here in the next little bit with this guy right here. So honestly, I think we're going to go ahead and get some replays up for you while we go ahead and transition on over there here in the next little bit. Well, it seems like we're getting prepped for it still. So it sounds like we're going to a BRB instead, though. Not quite with the replays. But, I mean, do you have anything else you want to say to the people before you go ahead and give our fun players an interview over there?
Thank you all for tuning in for this game. Stick around for the post-game interview, and we'll catch you all later.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
A little slow.
Little stinger stuff.
It's slow.
There it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Idaho Esports post-game show. Today I am joined by Game Captain and Chubby Bubbers of the Super Smash Bros. Varsity team. So, gentlemen, congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
That was a very fun game to watch and a very good Game 1 performance from these two brothers here. You took 7 stocks of your own, and then you took a couple more.
Yeah, I don't remember how many I took.
I think you took 4, and it came down to the very last one that got cleaned up by Director Spock.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what's the energy like? What was it like going into this game today, and how are you feeling after?
We expected a little bit, more of a challenge. Like, not to be rude, but we expected a lot more of a challenge. So when we came into it, and I was easily able to get through 2 guys, I was like, oh, okay.
Let me just pull out my secondary.
Yeah. So I decided to pull out my secondary, which is Steve.
That was pretty fun to see.
Yeah, it's not good. My Steve is horrible. So watching me play that, I mean, you can just tell I don't have a lot of game sense compared to my little Mac. I mean, my little Mac, I'm easily able to take stocks. And my Steve, I don't know how to play neutral. So I'm really trying. I'm really learning.
And
Max is really pressuring
You
me
still
to
held
learn
it up at least. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not very difficult with that character.
No, not
it's
really.
pretty good. So I would
With how
hope you'd be
bad
able to
I
play
am.
somewhat.
I mean, I was able to take 3 stocks.
Yeah.
So I'm basically the best Steve in the world.
You might be. I mean, Little
Maybe
Mac
in the
has some
region.
competition.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have to play there in game 2.
Yeah, no, they just got to put in some people that didn't play last time.
You know, Fichu wanted to play there in the end. He wanted to play a little bit.
We kind of swept them.
Yeah, it was pretty much a sweep. Apparently that was their JV team, is what we heard. So their
Yeah.
varsity is 1 division above us. So I don't know. Maybe we'd get swept by them if we actually played their varsity.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe. I think we could hold it up though.
I mean, I don't know how much harder it gets in the higher divisions. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
That could be a matchup for another day, though.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
either way, you guys did great today. It seems like it was a lot of fun for you all.
I mean, I had fun.
Yeah, I did.
I was
too.
able to. What did I do? 2 like fully charged forward smashes on one guy because he rolled back into me. That's fun. Oh, I love when that happens. You know.
They kept air dodging as soon
Oh
as they were out of hit
yes.
zone.
Oh, I love when the air dodge. Give me the tech chases. Give me the dodge. Oh. Except on my Steve, then I don't know.
Hey, you got some time to actually practice some in competition today. Maybe you could bust them out at some weeklies in the future.
That's the goal. I mean, this next weekly, I'm probably gonna pull him out. And then when I start losing, pull out the little Mac, which is probably gonna be the funniest thing for a lot of people because Steve being the best character in the game and then pulling out the one of the worst characters in the game. Yeah, it will definitely be something. But yeah.
It is a pretty crazy dynamic. What did you guys think of Director Spock's DDD today?
It did surprisingly well. He was able to take 6 stocks by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it's like
didn't do bad.
his second best character, I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
that's one of his secondaries. I don't know which one's his true secondary because he like does Zelda,
He also has a
uh,
Yoshi.
a Yoshi. He
Can't
has a
play it
Sonic.
online though.
He has another heavy, Bowser. He also plays Bowser.
Yeah.
He plays 3 heavies and then 2. It was it surprised me. I didn't expect that much out of his DDD. But you know, surprising game from him. I mean, this was his best game by far.
Yeah.
You know, he got a shine in this one.
Yeah.
The other ones it was kind of just the stronger players first, and then he was the middle, so he didn't get a shine as much. But putting him in first, I think, was smart because
Yeah.
gave him that opportunity.
Yeah, he needs more time online, I think.
Yeah, the online is the hardest part when you're adapting to Smash. It's like one of the most hard things to learn, is because it's like the input delay. The input delay really messes with you. So
Yeah. I hate it so much more than offline. It's like not even close.
I don't. I play Little Mac.
Hey, just punch to win.
Exactly. No, because like, what are they gonna do? Stop me?
No.
No.
Yeah,
got
maybe
super
they'll throw
armor.
you off stage, but
And then
they
you
can't
die.
stop you.
And then I
sometimes.
die. And then I die. But that's
Yeah.
if they can actually hit me. I've got so good at mixing up my recovery that I don't die majority of the time.
There are moments.
There are moments. It is in fact really hard.
So I know you play the Mario Brothers, and then you play the best and the worst character in the game.
Yeah.
How did you guys decide your mains?
You first.
I kind of started just because when I was picking up the game for the first time, it was the easiest one with the fundamentals for me. And I played a buttload of characters when I was first starting out, but he was the only one that really clicked. And I also saw another player by the name of Kurama. He used to go by Prodigy and had one of the greatest upsets in Smash Ultimate's history.
Wasn't it
And
MK
so-
Leo?
Yeah, he beat
Yeah.
MK Leo at Frostbite in some tournament a long time ago. But I think after watching him play that set, I got really motivated to play the character because he just looked cool. His combo
Mario,
strings
bro.
his combo
most
strings are just
iconic
really
guy.
hyped. So I think that's why I picked him up. And then Luigi just came because I didn't like Mario sometimes. I was like, oh, this character's pretty broken. I want to
And
win
then,
this guy.
you know, the 0 to deaths.
Yeah, you also can just kill your opponent
Yeah.
at 0, which I thought was funny.
Not me. I kill my 20 though.
That is true.
Yeah.
That movie's busted.
For me, I ended up playing Steve because, first of all, I'm a huge Minecraft fan. It's literally my favorite game in the whole world. And so when Steve got added to Minecraft, I was overjoyed. And so I picked up Steve because I was like, oh, I love Minecraft. I didn't know he was the best character in the game at the time. I had no idea that he was buzzed. I mean, at the time when I picked him up, people actually thought he was a C tier character. People didn't know his potential. And then stuff started happening in like tournaments. People started actually pulling him out, and they slowly realized that being able to build platforms around the map wherever you want usually is kind of busted. And he just has so much tech he can do. His back air is so good. His minecart's so good. His blocks are so good. He has one of the best up tilts in the game. It's just everything just slowly but surely he started to become the best character of the game. And then actually in my high school league, Steve got banned because Tech came out and people were like, "Oh, this is so scary," even though absolutely nobody was able to do it. And I was so mad. And then I had to learn a new character, and I was on vacation with Liam and my cousin, and we were just messing around in Smash Bros. Doing 1v1v1s, and I remember just trying out a bunch of characters. I was trying to learn one, and I found Little Mac, and I was like, I don't like this because I can punch through everything.
Yeah, you could just throw out moves.
Yeah.
It's kind of brain dead.
And like being able to just like punch through stuff in a 1v1v1, it made me feel strong, made me feel powerful, because especially when there's so much chaos happening, I'm able to just come out on top still. And so I slowly but surely after that, I started playing him in actual games, started actually learning him, started watching Peanut a lot more, the best Little Mac in the world. And then that's just how I got here. I just kept playing him, never dropped him, and I try to go back to that Steve, but it is very hard because the game plan is very different for both of them. One's a lot faster, one's a lot more grounded, and I just can't do combos right now on Steve. He's very, very like to learn the really good combos. It's really hard, but like as a character, he's really easy. Like you just throw it back here and my cart, you basically win the game.
Yeah, you do. It's pretty strong.
Well, that makes sense. It's always fun kind of hearing the reasons we pick what we pick and why we like to do it, and it seems like they both kind of fit you guys pretty well.
Yeah,
my next question kind of led into something you kind of talked about. You guys are brothers, obviously. Did you grow up playing Smash Bros. A lot against each other, or is Smash Bros. More recent?
So we actually started playing way back in Brawl on the Wii. I mained Ike on the Brawl, and I remember just destroying absolutely everybody. I don't remember how good I was. We're definitely not good at all, but I remember winning majority of the games on Ike. I actually do not remember what he played.
I don't either. I have no idea. I think I played Mario. We went back.
I think you
we
played
found our
Marth.
Wii, and we found old replays that we just saved for no reason. Yeah, and we just, I don't know. We knew this guy played Ike.
Yeah.
And there was like always 4 of the characters on the screen. I have no idea who I played, but I don't think I got destroyed that bad.
Yeah, is that true? Is that fully true?
I do remember winning a lot.
Okay.
I don't know if it was me destroying, but I do remember winning a lot. I just cannot for the life of me remember what you played.
I don't know. I saw Mario. So maybe it was Mario.
I swear my life it was Marth for some chunk there, but other than that, dude, it's actually I can't remember.
Yeah, I have no
But
idea.
we used to play that when we were 8 years old, or maybe even younger. We would play that when our cousins were over. We'd play on the Brawl, and we just play on the Wii for hours. And that'd be like our one thing that we did. And it was like, oh man, that was so fun.
And then I think there was like after that, there was a big chunk of time where we didn't really play Smash at all. And then once Ultimate came out and we got a Switch for like Christmas or something, we picked up that game for a little bit.
Yeah. We didn't play it competitively for a little bit. We just kind of played it for fun. And then I think maybe a couple of years later, we actually started like, oh, hey, wait, this competitive esports thing is pretty freaking sweet. So we started actually learning characters and actually trying.
Yeah.
And now that's how we're here. And now he hates to play me. And I hate to play him.
It's true.
It's very back and forth.
So you guys kind of were able to even up each other's skills over time and get to bring more competition out of one another?
Yeah. I mean, he's adapted to the Lil Mac playstyle.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that actually because it's like one of the hardest matchups to learn in the game.
Yeah,
for
he's
some
not an
reason.
easy matchup by any means, especially because he just does not follow the rules of Smash. So he's learned, but I think that's also hurting him because he's learned off of Little Mac instead of an actual character. So he's so used to the grounded playstyle that it kind of can bite him in the butt sometimes when freaking characters like let's say King K. Rool.
Yeah, that's actually one of my worst matchups with Luigi because I can't get past projectiles because this guy never had projectiles.
I don't have projectiles. Never have had projectiles except minecart. He did learn about my against my C for a little bit, and then and then swapped to Lil Mac. So had to completely switch up his playstyle. So.
Yeah, having a brother to play against, it's like having a built-in training partner.
Exactly.
You're going to learn that matchup better than you'll learn any matchup in the world. Mm-hmm. And what's it like playing with your brother and being on the same team together?
It's pretty fun. I like rooting for him, but also not at the same time.
This guy's a jerk.
Biggest supporter and
Biggest
always playing on
hater.
his downfall.
Yes,
Dude.
it's true.
When we're playing together, he'll be like, "Yes, Isaac." When we're playing against each other, it's like, "No, Isaac."
No, Isaac.
No, Isaac. And multiple times in our weekly brackets, we've actually faced up against each other.
We met up 2 times in a row one time. They had to split us up because that was stupid.
Yeah.
That
was fun. But I think we stayed up late a lot playing together. It's just a lot of fun compared to just playing online with like randoms. Having somebody actually play with who wants to play with you and will play for hours until it's like 3 in the morning. That's fun. So
yeah, it's a lot of good memories, and I'm glad you guys get to
Exactly.
keep the memories going, even though and keeping competing here.
Yeah.
We're gonna sign off here in a minute. Do you guys have any closing thoughts or anything you want to shout out before we go?
shout out my family who's probably watching, and shout out my girlfriend. Love her. So,
Bye.
it's great to have people watch us, especially people we know.
That's awesome. All right, well, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this post-game show and this incredible game that these two men just brought us today. I've been Sam. Tune in tomorrow for Valorant, and we'll catch you all next week.